That's a big head of broccoli.
I love broccoli. But you know what? I don't make broccoli a lot because my mom's allergic to broccoli. So when I can make it, I'm happy to do so. Hey everyone, I'm Flo. Dude is behind the camera and we are making cheesy broccoli soup today. I don't know about Dude. I know he's lactose intolerant, but whatever. He can take a lactase.
Thank the Lord for lactase pills.
Well, I'm so happy that all of you are enjoying the soup recipes as we are entering fall and we have a whole week of rain coming our way. We just hope that these soup recipes will keep you nice and warm and toasty. It's also coming up in our new cookbook, so look for it there. And written recipes, as always, are available to my patrons on Patreon. You can find out more information in the description below. So let's get started. My pot is already hot. I have it on saute mode, adjusted to high. I have this giant half onion in the fridge that I want to use up. So about 2 medium-sized onions that I'm going to chop up right now and get that going in the pot. If you keep the little butt on, you can use it as a, I guess like a holding place instead of like all this onion falling apart. See, just keeps all the pieces together. I have a 1/4 cup of butter, unsalted, and the pot is already hot, so let's get that in there. We're going to melt that. If you don't want to use butter, you can use olive oil, whatever you like, some sort of fat. But I like the richness of butter. Surprise, surprise.
And you make no apologies about it.
Nope, I like things to taste the way they're supposed to taste. And there's no skimping here. Okay, I'm just gonna get this out of the way into the pot. Okay, we're gonna cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until they're translucent. Then I'm gonna add my garlic. I'm just using my garlic press to get the garlic in there. So 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, I'm gonna stir for 30 seconds to cook up that garlic, just until it's fragrant. The reason why I add garlic after I've sauteed my onions is sometimes I find the garlic cooks faster and it burns quickly. So I like to add it when I'm almost done cooking my onions. And it smells so good right now. Adding a 1/4 cup of flour. And I'm gonna turn off the saute mode at this point because it's getting really hot. I'm just gonna cook this for about a minute. I'm adding about 1 cup of chicken broth just to deglaze the bottom of the pot. Make sure all the little brown bits are scraped up. That's where all the flavor is, but also we don't want the pot to say overheating because it thinks something's burning at the bottom. A little bit more. And I'm adding the rest of the chicken broth, so total 4 cups. I have 2 carrots, and I'm going to shred them with a grater. And you want to shred it and not dice it because you want the carrots to cook really well. You don't want hard pieces, and we're not cooking the soup for very long.
That's a lot of carrot.
This soup is going to be loaded with veggies. I mean, it's cheese. Okay, so dumping all this in.
Okay.
We're going to cut up the broccoli. This is about 1 pound of broccoli. I'm just going to remove the leaves, but and then I'm going to cut down the florets. So there's actually a lot of broccoli here. Initially I was going to add the stems as well. I was going to cut them down into like small little cubes, but I think it's going to be too much broccoli. So I am just going to use the florets. And I've cut them down to like maybe this size. I want to eat it like there's broccoli pieces in my soup and not like just bits of green dots. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, so because I'm not using the stems now, I'm just gonna freeze it and I can use it another time for something else. It's a lot of broccoli. And I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. I tend to under salt when I'm cooking so that people can add salt and pepper to their taste, because some people don't like it too salty. And some people want more salt, so no harm in letting them do it themselves. Just gonna give it a stir. And because it's veggies and we're not cooking any meat, I'm only gonna cook it for like 2 minutes. Sorry, I still don't know how to put the lid on backwards. All right, locking the lid into place, making sure the sealing knob is on sealing, and we're going to pressure cook on high for 1 minute, or 2 minutes.
What would happen if you put cheese in there during the cook process?
I don't know, I haven't tried.
I think that would make for a brutal cleanup process.
I think so too. Do you want to try?
No thanks.
I have about, I don't know, half a pound of cheese here, maybe a little bit more. And I'm just going to grate it, shred it. And I don't like to use the pre-shredded cheese in the packages. I know it's easier, but I don't think it melts as well. And it's all dried, but it's not hard to grate cheese, see? All right, the cooking is done. It was pretty fast. And now we quick release the pressure. And we've got soup.
Nice.
Turning saute mode on low. And I found some Parmesan cheese in the fridge, so I am going to grate some of that as well. Maybe about 1/4 cup. You know what I could have done also is that I have Parmesan rind in the freezer, and I could have just thrown a piece of rind in with the soup, and I think that would have been really tasty. But this will do. And if you don't like your soup chunky like that, you can always blend it, or you can cut your broccoli smaller. But my goal is always to just give you simple recipes using ordinary ingredients that your whole family will enjoy. And I just don't have time for fussy and complicated, as I'm sure most of you don't either. And we just want to get a nice, yummy meal on the table for our family. The soup is simmering. So I'm going to add a cup of whipping cream. And if it's too rich, you can always just add half and half, or milk.
Like even 2%? Or is it kind of light?
You know, I have to say that, again, I don't like to skimp, so I'm just going to add cream. But if you want a lighter version, you can always add something lighter. I don't know. They'll be a little bit more watery. I'm going to save a little bit of the cheese for garnish on the bowls. And adding the rest. And the Parmesan, so there's about 1/4 cup here.
I think I'm gonna have to go with max dosage of the lactase pills flow.
You can see how the cheese is just melting into the soup. And I know your stomach's churning, dude.
But it looks yummy. I do love cheese though.
Okay, once it starts to simmer again and all the cheese is melted, it's ready to be served. Are you all ready for
the taste? Oh man, I'm a bit hesitant, but I'm excited to dig into this because I do love the cheesy dishes and soups. So I've come prepared with extra strength lactase enzyme pills. Thank you, Costco, and thank you, Science, for creating that.
I don't know why it took us so long to discover those. I feel like we missed out on so much in life.
That's okay. they're here, they exist, and they're coming in clutch right now. Oh my goodness, check out that cheese. I do like the discernible pieces of veg in there. I'm not sure how I feel about the carrot though. Sorry. Here it goes.
You should eat more carrots. They're good for your eyesight.
Cheesy. And I like the textures in my mouth, so I guess maybe the carrots can pass on this one.
Oh, joy. So I also wanted to mention that I just used a marbled cheddar, so it's quite mild.
But otherwise, a very hearty soup, great for today's weather and beyond. So yeah, nice.
Thanks, dude. So I hope you all enjoyed that very simple recipe. And if you don't want to use chicken stock, you can always just use a vegetable stock or vegetable broth and make it more vegetarian. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel below, and check out my current recipe book. And always more recipes off to the side. Till next time, be simple, ordinary, and joyful.